Joe Pitcher come up and talk a little bit about LD 309, so-called right to work legislation.
Good morning, my name is Joe Pitcher. I live in the town of Jefferson and I make my living at Bath Iron Works in Bath, Maine. Go back to just about a year ago. I remember the first time hearing the term right to work. I'd come and go every day to work, not really knowing, hearing the mumblings, right to work. Didn't make much sense to me. Been working at Bath Iron Works for 14 years. Got pretty used to coming and going to a job that I thought was always going to be there. Some of the people that I work with began to talk more about the impact that the so-called right to work legislation might have on my ability to come and go to work at Bath Iron Works. So as I listened and began to do a little research, I became concerned. And in the beginning, there was LD 788 and LD 309. One was private sector, that being LD 788. One was public sector workers, that being 309. They tried to divide and conquer, one of the oldest strategies known to man when you go into any type of conflict. The reasoning was that if we could separate the two groups, even though they have the same ideology, one may not end up being there to bat for the other when the chips hit the road. It came time to come and testify at the public hearing. That day began with gathering in the Hall of Flags. We had several hundred union members and working Mainers in the Hall of Flags that came in and with a collective voice said that this legislation was bad for Maine working families and Maine working men and women. We left the hall, went to the public hearing, which we all endured. It was scheduled for something around the neighborhood of 2:30 in the afternoon, and I think my testimony, and I was one of the first 5 or 6 to testify, was finally given at about 7, and the last of those testimonies was presented at about 11 in the evening. It was a very long day. They tried to make it very hard for us to say what needed to be said. But that public hearing happened. One of the biggest points that I want to get across today is that that public hearing has come and gone, and there won't be another one. So this is our chance as a collective voice, once again, to say to the legislators here in Augusta, you are sent here by your constituents to do things like make the economy better, create jobs, not to attack the backbone of that economy, and that's Maine's working families and Maine's working men and women. I would ask, on behalf of both the private sector and the public sector, in the absence of another public hearing, that you take that into account as you go into this session. Do what we've sent you here to do, and that's fix the economy and create jobs, not attack Maine's working families.